here's why. That's what we're going to talk about on this video today. So yes, experts are saying that Carmelo Anthony's appeal process is not going to be successful, and they explain why. And one of the reasons, I had said this before, because they said, first of all, when you go through the appeals, the lawyer is trying to find errors in your case, right? They're trying to find errors and stuff that violate your constitutional rights. A lot of people said the judge did a good enough job to prevent any appealable reasons in the next level. And they said this is a open and shut case here. They said it was really easy. This case was really easy. I mean, it's a textbook murder case. That's it. That's it. Murder was the case they gave, and that's it. It's over with. However, if he had thought about this, weighed his options with his attorney, and say, "Look, I don't think this is something we go to court. I mean, go to trial on it. So it's a risky situation. I don't know if it's. I don't know. We don't know the full thing. His lawyer didn't give a full interview to say yes, I did advise my client not to go to trial, right? So we don't know if he advised. We don't know what he advised them on. But all we know is he got some football numbers that he got to do now. So all he got now is time. But he do have the right to appeal. But as far as being successful in the appeals, they said it's slim to none at this point. They said it's done. Um, it's done. But I'm also again going to talk about, a lot of people are not talking about this, like, being that he's in the inside, he is eligible after 17 and a half years, but more like he's not going to get it. But yeah, the experts are saying, man, it's a done deal, man. You know, a lot of people are not successful, especially the first time around. And then, being that it's not a capital murder case, it has to go to the lower appeal. It don't go to the criminal part first. But even then, for it to go there, they have to decide whether it's going to come there or not. It's up to their discretion. So he may not ever be successful appealing this situation. All right, so if you look at it for what it is, I know people keep talking about this video, stuff like that. We're not talking about that no more. There's no video, right? There is a video that the jury saw, so that's the video. In that video, the jury saw what they saw, right? And the jury still said it was first degree murder. That's what they still said. And the jury is not interviewing. They're not giving no interview, so they can't go off that. Because usually if the jurors give interviews, and like, what if a juror say, "Yeah, man, we had this kid guilty from the jump, man." Maybe he'll have something to argue on that about jury misconduct. But the jury is being very, very, very silent in this situation, which I would be silent as well. So that's going on. The jury is being silent, right? We don't know what the jury didn't give an opinion or anything. They just walked up right out of that courtroom and went back to their lives, which I would have done too, probably. So we don't know what they were thinking. Like, at least one of the jurors talk, at least one of the alternates. We didn't even have one of the alternates. And I understand because of their safety. Because you got a bunch of crash out dummies out here, right? But guys, the appeals, that's a done deal, yo. Y'all know he ain't getting it being successful in the appeal. That's a done deal. That's his right to appeal, but it's a done deal. Nah, man. Like, you gotta understand something, man. In this particular situation, the way things are set up in Texas, he got a better chance of hitting the lottery, man. Like, at this point. Yeah, he cooked, yo. People don't want to believe it. He's cooked like a rotisserie chicken on the 4th of July, man. He cooked. I'm here to tell y'all that. He cooked. You know what I'm saying? So he just gotta accept his spoil at this point. He gonna be in there. It's certain things you just don't take to the box, which is the jury. I call it taking it all the way to the door or the box, the jury box. There's certain things you don't do, especially if you did certain things. Is it like I will weigh the evidence, right? Is it likely, after looking at all this evidence, how likely is it for a jury to convict me? That how likely is it? How likely is it for a jury to convict me based upon the evidence? Man, it's a high probability, Max, that, you know, with this evidence, man, it's like almost a 98% chance the jury is not going to be in your favor. Okay, well, can we work out a deal now? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we might could work out. You okay with us working out manslaughter? We can get you 8 and you'll be out in 4. All right, let's rock that. Okay. Sometime you got to cut your losses, man. Let's rock with that. Now, it still sucks that you got to be in there 4 years. You got to be in there until the next World Cup come. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in there to the next World Cup, but you got to break your years down. Like, boom, like this how I would break it down. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get out in 4. Yeah, you get out in 4. We get you out in 4. All right, cool. Boom. The World Cup is going on right now. This how I'll be doing it in my mind. The World Cup is going on right now. Then boom, now work it out, rock it out to the Olympics. Okay. After the Olympics, 2 years later, the World Cup back. You know what I'm saying? Work it out like that. I'm gonna do my time like that. I'm gonna do it in terms of events. Okay. By the time I get out as a new president, you see what I'm saying? I'm gonna be working out just like that. I'm being real with y'all, and then we're gonna talk about a little bit of politics he's gonna have to go through because he's gonna have to get on some. Well, at the jail he's in, he may not have to get on no politics. The jail he in. I don't know if somebody gonna roll up to him and be like, "What time you on? What type of time you on?" I don't think nobody gonna do that to him there because that particular jail he's at is for like people that got health issues, geriatric patients, and people with serious medical needs. So that don't seem like the type of environment where people gonna get at you. So he probably will stay there for the duration because he take medication. You know what I'm saying? For epilepsy. You said LeBron James' son Bronny will be a grandpa when he gets out. Oh, that's a whole fact. As a matter of fact, well, do he have children now? Do Bronny is he expecting? Is his girl expecting? By the time he get out, the kid to be grown. That's craziness. But if he had taken a deal, he could have rocked out with 8 years and been out in 4. You see what I'm saying? He would have been out in 4. He'd have been out the next World Cup. There's a World Cup going on right now in the States. By the time he got out, he'd be ready to go to the next World Cup. So in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'd be telling my people, yo, let's go to the next World Cup when I get out to celebrate. So now I can just watch soccer the whole time and build up my, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there was a deal offered. It was. There's always a plea bargain offered. It don't always happen that way. In this case, I'm pretty sure it was. They don't want to put the family through this. They don't want to put the family through a trial and they got to see the autopsy photos and all that. Hey, man, just plead out to this, man. Okay? 10 is better than 35. Okay? It's better than that. He should take the deal, man. That's just the bottom line. But he was being advised by his parents, you know? He was being shout out to his parents, man. His parents didn't tell him to go out and do this. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it like that too now. They're suffering too, and they didn't ask him to do this. They didn't tell him to go out there and do that to that kid. And I'm pretty sure they know he guilty as fuck. They know. Because I can tell by the way they acting now. They ain't even stay, yo. As soon as they found him guilty, they just walked up out of there. They didn't even come back for the sentencing. Okay? They didn't even come back for the sentencing. So what is that telling you? They knew they're like, man, this dude, this knucklehead, you know? And he never denied that he did it. Right. So what people talking about? Oh, he going to get out, man. He's getting out. He did. He said he killed them. He said it. His parents, man, his parents like, man, this knucklehead, yo. We didn't tell him to go out here and do this. I could tell by the way they reacting. They trust me behind closed doors. Man, we ain't tell him to do this, man. You don't put us. You don't ruin our good name. Don't put us out here. We don't give you a good life. We don't work hard to get you in an upper middle class situation. You gonna go out here and do some bullshit like this just because you want to act tough? You gonna go out here and do this? Man, they didn't even stay for the sentencing, dog. You hear me? They didn't even stay for that. He did that on his own. He looked back and wasn't nobody around. The only person spoke up for him is his mother. Because his dad pissed. Like I got it, man. You don't put us through this. We getting doxxed. Everybody hating on us because of your knuckleheaded ass. You know, you want to sit up here and won't be gangster, and you upper middle class. You want to sit up here and put something in your step. You know what I'm saying? Being gangster like you from the hood. He not from the hood. I forget what type of work his dad did, but he worked hard to put them in a good position. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the first time I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is gonna sound real messed up. This gonna sound real messed up. Maybe that's why I ain't got no kids. Okay? Because more than likely, if this was my son that did this, I'm telling you because I know how I am. If this was my son that did this and I'm married, more than likely I'll be getting a divorce because of the way I'm reacting. She'd be like, you can't just do this to him. Well, we gonna get a divorce then. You know what I would do? You made your bed. You're gonna lay in it. Let them get a public defender, man. I'm not going to trial. Fuck it. I'm living my life, man. Okay, let's raise some money. I would raise some money for him like they did and get him a lawyer. I would do that. I wouldn't leave him out to dry. After that, I'm taking the rest of that money and going to Bali because I'm not spending the whole money on an attorney. I'm helping myself out because I didn't sit here and raise him, okay, to go sit up there and go in the stadium, okay, and act a whole damn fool. I didn't raise him to do that. So yes, I would take some of that money and go help myself. That's right, baby. We going to Bali. Where you want to go, baby? Okay, we gonna go somewhere. Okay, we taking the rest of the kids with us. We gonna sit here and live a life of luxury because he put us through undue pain. We don't bought him a Lexus for his first car. We did everything. He don't appreciate nothing. Have y'all thought about that? Maybe he's a knucklehead. They can't say it right now because he fighting his case. He's obviously a knucklehead. Max, he's a 3.7 GPA. He's this and that. He don't get no kudos for being a 3.7 GPA. He's supposed to have a 3.7 GPA. What happened was he got on some knucklehead behavior and wanting to prove himself. I think he might want to prove himself because maybe people are picking on him because he is from upper middle class, driving around with a Lexus. They probably thought he was soft. He probably went through some stuff like, oh, he's soft. He trying to prove his gangster. Listen, sir. Listen, your family worked very hard for you to have a Lexus. He didn't have a Honda Accord. He had a Lexus. Even though everybody know a Lexus is the same damn thing as a Nissan. It's the same damn thing. If you know, you know. Okay? But you're supposed to be appreciative for what you have. Okay? Everybody's not appreciative to what they have. His family, his mother didn't even work. She was a stay-at-home mother. His father was successful enough to have them in upper middle class. Okay? And his mother didn't work. And he still got a Lexus for his first car and sitting up there wanting to slide. Okay? Wanting to sit up there and slide on somebody. But what happens is I gave you that link last night to the dude on Instagram that's locked up right now. I gave y'all that. And all he doing is sitting up there trying to educate people from his jail cell. He got 200 and some years to do. That guy that I gave y'all, he got 200 years. They sentenced him to 200 years. Nobody lives 200 years. Okay? 200 years. So this kid want to sit up here and act a whole fool. I ain't saying the other ones didn't act a fool either. I didn't say that. I'm talking about Carmelo right now. Acting a whole fool, don't put ran his family good name in the damn ground. That's why you don't hear me really talking too slick about the parents, do you? You don't hear me doing that. I don't talk too slick about the parents. I did say his dad seemed like he was on something, but then I stopped myself. I did say his mother. Who his mother's gorgeous, ain't she? She is gorgeous. Okay. I ain't talking too slick about the parents. However, they didn't do this. His father didn't do this. His father didn't do this. So we don't need to talk about the parents no more. And we're not going to say that they didn't raise him right because they did. They did. That kid had the life of luxury because of his father, because of his parents. And he want to sit up here and he must have been listening to too much of you know what he must have been listening to that day? That song. That's a demonic song by what's his name? Uh what's that song called these kids listen to? He must have been listening to too much of what is that song they be listening to, man? It's a couple of other songs too. It's not just one particular song, right? I remember like the Julio Fooley. Yeah, listen too much NBA Young Boy or something, or listen too much. You remember the Julio Folio situation? I said, why would they do this to him? Then I saw his video. Then I understood. He's sitting up there singing at a graveyard, like making fun of somebody dying. This is demonic music that these kids are listening to. That might have been it. He in his mind, he don't want nobody to recognize him as soft. He didn't want to be soft. Sir, you're soft. Your parents got you a Lexus. Your parents got you a Lexus. Okay, you lived in a huge house. They so bougie, they rented a big house. They ain't even rent no regular house because that's not how they live. This is what I want to do for his parents. Listen, this is what I want to say to them. Take the rest of that money and I want you to enjoy yourself. I want you to enjoy yourself. And matter of fact, if you raise some more money, if Cardi B and them raise about 5 million, I want you to take. This is gonna sound diabolical. I want you to take 120,000 and get him a lawyer and enjoy the fucking rest. You got to pay the taxes on it, but enjoy the rest of it, man. I know that sounds diabolical. Like Max out of 100, at 5 million, 120. They didn't tell him to go out here and do this. You sometime when you go out here and do crime, your parents didn't tell you to go do that. You made your bed, you're gonna lay in it. You ever heard that? I just thought about. I said they Drew and them. They didn't tell him to go out there and do that. You, dude, what you got to be upset about? You driving around in a Lexus for your first car. You got you a pretty girlfriend. Had him a pretty girlfriend. Y'all see his girlfriend? As pretty as that little girl, pretty as she can be. He had him a pretty girlfriend. What is wrong with him? Why is he so angry? Because he want to be tough. That's why he had a head. He had a head problem. See, that's why they didn't bring those psychiatrist stuff to court because that would have fully made the jury find him guilty. Yeah, he got a head problem. You know, making him seem like he's close to the damn Pope or something. Like he brother Teresa or something like that. No, he got a head case. What is he? I want to see the other pictures that they look. I don't start. Don't start. He said Jason Tatum. That's a lot. No, no. Jason Tatum be rock. He be. I don't even get me started. You said chill. I'm not chilling. His parents. Listen, I'm trying to take up for his parents right now. They didn't have nothing to do with this. Okay. Only thing they shouldn't have done is had the press conference. That's the only thing they shouldn't have did. If you lucky that wasn't mine, y'all be sitting up here mad with me. They said, guys, Max sit up here and spent all that money. Max, he only spent 65,000 on a lawyer. You'd be like, well, Max, where's the other 600,000? Don't worry about it. Ain't none of your business. Where the other money went. It went to living expenses. Okay? It went to living expenses. It went to a mental health trip. Okay, but where did you go for your mental health trip? I went to Thailand for my mental health trip. Okay? Well, what else you do? I went on another mental health trip and I went on a mental health spending spree. I sure did. I bought some Knicks tickets. You goddamn right. I bought some Knicks tickets with the money. Sue me. What you gonna do? I just said it went to living expenses. All right. So yes, he's gonna hold himself accountable. I didn't do this. I didn't tell him to take out the banger and get the poking. I didn't tell him to do this. So what? See, I'm tired now. Y'all been bashing me for the past 5 days, and I haven't been feeling well. Why y'all gonna bash somebody that's not feeling well? How y'all do that? Now I know what y'all saying. Well, Matt, we ain't know you weren't feeling well. Yeah, y'all just drag me through the mud, calling me all type of stepping fetches. All thing, call me Uncle Ruckus and Coonin and Spook that sat behind the door and all types of stuff y'all been sending me on Instagram. Why I gotta be a spook? This is crazy. I know we all want to sit up there and laugh. Go ahead, laugh, man. Go ahead. Go where the LOLs and the laugh faces. I know y'all want to laugh. They've been getting me, guys. They've been getting me. Okay. You don't know what you talking about. Listen, only thing I know is I've already talked about Jeff Metcalf last night. He going through it, right? Now I want to talk about Carmelo Anthony's parents. Okay. If they want to sit up there and get some Knicks tickets next year or would let them do it. I would have said it. Yeah, I went to the next game, man. Bro, your son just got sentenced. You went to the next game? Yeah, that's right. I went to the next game. I was sitting right next to Spike Lee. No, I wouldn't have spent all that money. Hold on. Now I'm talking too much. I wouldn't have spent that money. All that money on tickets, I wouldn't have done that. Because I'm going back to the scooch with that money. You better believe it. And I'll be telling y'all, free Carmelo, man. Free Carmelo. Love my son. Free Carmelo. Keep sending some of that money like I'm Umar Johnson. You feel me? Donate. Donate, my brothers and sisters. I'll be getting on some Umar Johnson type of time. Make sure y'all donate, man. Make sure y'all donate for the lawyer costs. Okay? And know damn well I take some of that money. I would take some of the money and get a lawyer about 45,000. Go get him a lawyer. But Max, where's the rest of the money? It's for living expenses. Okay? That's right. I go to the scooch with that money. That's right. Okay, so y'all think y'all mad at Drew? Y'all think y'all mad at Jeff Metcalf? Y'all really be mad with me. Oh, shout out to Trump, by the way, yo. I saw what he did, yo. Shout out to you, man. I saw what you did, Trump. At the USC event, when that dude called Michelle a man, he didn't like that shit. And the dude had gave him a chain, right? So everything was all good at first. The dude gave him a chain and he put it on and he sat down and the dude then came out of his mouth and said, yo, by the way, Michelle Obama's a man. Yo, Trump didn't like that. And he looked at the dudes like, yo, he looked at what's his name, like, yo, why is he talking like this? I read his and he took the chain off and threw it on the ground, yo. Shout out to him, yo. Shout out to him. Cause he know Michelle ain't no man, yo. I see how he be looking at her. I saw his eyes checking her. He be checking her. And he know she ain't no man. He took that chain off too, yo. Cause at the end of the day, Obama's still in the fraternity. At the end of the day, you don't mess with no untouchable. These guys are untouchables. And I'm telling you right now, him and Obama talk. Y'all don't think so? You didn't see the Jimmy Carter funeral? Him and Obama bump. What? I don't know what they were bumping their gums about at the funeral. It was kind of inappropriate what they were doing. Because you know who they were talking about. They were sitting up there talking about that one behind her back. Y'all know who they were talking about. Right, and she's sitting right in front of them. They sitting up there talking. That was kind of inappropriate, but with both of them. I'm like, what are they talking about, yo? And Trump got some kind of bromance with Obama anyway. It's like a bromance. But yeah, I saw his face, yo. He didn't appreciate that. He did not appreciate what that dude said, yo. So shout out to him, yo. But anyway, let me get back to the regularly scheduled program because y'all sitting up here tripping. Y'all been tripping on me for the past week. And look, the gloves are off now. I'm telling y'all how I really feel. The gloves are off. Let them do that 20 years, yo. What is it to y'all? Let them go ahead and do that 20 years on the wake up. What is it to y'all? Mind y'all business. You see what I'm saying? My, I'm just messing. You heard me? Mind y'all business, man. Let him do that 20. Because I said last night, then that lady got quiet, didn't she? I said, what happened if he did that to your son? Well, my son ain't no bully. I said, no, no. If the situation was the same and your son sit up there and gave him a football tackle or whatever the kid did to get him out of there and your son got poked up and he ain't here no more, you think that's cool? You think that's cool? And she still wouldn't answer the question. Baby girl, I ain't want to put you in the bushes. I didn't want to have to put you back in the bushes by blocking you, but I had to. Some of y'all out of pocket. And now the gloves are off. I'm telling you how I really feel. I would have took some of that money and I would have had a good time with the women in Thailand. No, no, let me stop. Let me stop. My mother know I'm crazy. You heard me? I would have. Yo, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. Seriously, I just didn't. I ain't feel good, and I'm feeling better now. I'm feeling better. So I'm feeling. Look, my mother said, I know that's right. I'm feeling better, man. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm lying. I would not go to Thailand and trick the money off. I would not do that, knowing that I'm married. If I was married to straight up, I'm gonna just tell y'all this. If I was his father named Drew, right? Bro, you see his wife? Bruh. Listen, baby girl, we're gonna take this money. We're gonna go to the south of France, or we're gonna go to where would I take her? I would say Italy, but my ex boss was like, she said it's like smell like piss around there, yo. That's what she said, like around the Coliseum. I wouldn't want to take it there. With France is off the hook, over there by the Eiffel Tower. They don't show you the back streets. They said that shit like Newark back in the day. So we want to go there. So let's go to like Monaco, baby. Let's go to Monaco with the money. You see what I'm saying? And just relax, yo. We gonna do like just like what Umar Johnson did when he collected. You remember when Umar Johnson collected that 600,000 from y'all? What did Umar Johnson do back in the day? He went right to Japan in that bathhouse and chilling. You see what I'm saying? Yes, he did. Allegedly. But shout out to the great doctor, yo. You know what I'm saying? But I would go, baby, we gonna go to Monaco or something and chill. But what about Carmelo? Fuck that, yo. We didn't tell him to go do this. He grown now. He grown and he want to sit up there and be grown. We didn't tell him to go do this. But baby, we can still get some money out these fools though. Let's keep raising that money. No, I'm just kidding, yo. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'm just kidding, yo. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I got a heart. But at the end of the day, don't blame his parents. We ain't blaming his parents no more. You know what I'm saying? Because his father worked hard to put them in upper middle. His parents worked hard to get him a Lexus and give him a good life. In fact, they moved from Louisiana to move where they are to give him a better life. And he gonna sit up here and act a fool. So no, I don't give him no passes. And I hate to say this, guys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Show man, he not rocking out in the appeals. He's not. They're not gonna let him. They gonna make an example out of him since he didn't want to take that deal and he didn't want to rock out. Okay, cool. Because there was another guy that killed more people than that. He killed 4 people. He only got 8 years. So how much you think Carmelo? He took the deal. He got 8, maybe 8 to 10, no more than 15. You see what I'm saying? No more than 15. And then he would have been accountable for his actions. He would apologize to the family. That's what he had to do before you get sentenced. When you took the deal, you want to apologize first because there's victim impact statements. I heard they ripped him a new one in victim impact statements, and his parents weren't even there for that. And I understand why, because they shouldn't have to endure that. They didn't put him through that. But I really want them to enjoy some of that money, though. Buy that car y'all always wanted. You know what I'm saying? Buy that car you always wanted. Um, get some loose diamonds with the money. Invest it. Do something. Because Carmelo gonna be away for about 25 anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is at this point, man. I wish I would somebody raise 5 million. I'll take 250 of that and get him a lawyer. That's it. I'm not giving the whole five to a lawyer. You crazy. Y'all bugging. So that's how I really feel. You don't sit out here and just kill people indiscriminately like that and think it's everything sweet. I don't know what he thought. He thought he was gonna be found innocent. I mean, not guilty. Nah. Now I know what people are saying, Max. Well, it was the other way around. This and that. He would have been let go. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't know that because I wasn't born like that. So I can't relate. I don't know what type of like privilege will happen. I don't know. I just know how the game is set up out here for me. I have to go out here and follow the damn rules. Okay? Just like he do. Some of the rules say that you can't poke somebody and kill them and not go to jail. Those are the rules. So how y'all doing, man? Because I'm getting sick of this. No, you said if wait. You said if Carmelo lost the appeal, they would increase the sentence to 45. Nah. You mean if he got action in the appeal and went back to court. You're meaning that if he gets another trial, he could get more time because the jury got to sentence him again. That's what you mean. Not if he lose the appeal, they'll add 45 years. That don't work that way. The jury already sentenced him to 35. That's what he got. No more, no less. 17 and a half years, he's eligible for parole. That's just the rules. You're talking about if he win and get another trial and blow trial again. Yeah, he could get more time. That's the chance he's taking. Or he could just work out a plea deal at that point. Or they don't have to give him a plea deal. They don't have to. Like, all right, Mello, let's just go back to court then. They don't have to give him a plea deal though. Um, Only thing I know, they gave him a good life. That's what I know. No parents are perfect. His mother trusted him. He got his own car. Let him go to the track meet. She didn't have to go. Now she's like, is haunting her now because she wish he should have went at this point. Because if she had gone to the track meet, he wouldn't have done that. But he was left to his own devices out there trying to act like um, I don't know what he thought he was. Tupac? Like, what was he trying to be? I want to see if I can find some pictures that they scrubbed off the internet. They don't scrubbed all the stuff off the internet because it had to be bad. I want to know what he was doing on his social media. I want to know what music he was listening to. Okay, because he damn sure wasn't listening to Beethoven. He damn sure wasn't. I bet you he had a little bit of NBA young boy in him. Let's see. He from Louisiana, right? Boosie don't count because I like Boosie. So no, that don't count. Um, he trust me, that music is demonic. What's that song, man? Walk 'em down. Is it Walk 'em down? That song demonic. Walk 'em down, walk 'em down. Gun 'em down or something he was saying. You know how demonic that is? I know he's from the South, but he wanted to prove himself. He wanted to be the man. Okay? I'm MF Carmelo Anthony. I wonder if he was named after him. But his is spelled with a K. I wonder if they named him after the basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they were Knicks fans back in the day. Man, y'all, they should enjoy it. They should have went to the Knicks game. That's what I would have did. And you know they create that, and then some the camera would have saw us. Say, yo, they're gonna mellow Paris at the next game. Shit, we need to relax something. You know, all this stress we went to. They're like, damn, why are you at the Knicks game though? Shit, your son just what am I supposed to do? He locked up. I hope they enjoy that money a little bit. I know people say, well, they bought a car with the money. Let them buy a car. Let them do that. Let them get in something nice. Let them get something ride nice. You know what I mean? Shit, if they start a GoFundMe, I'm gonna donate. But you know what I'm gonna say in the comments? Because you know you can write a comment. And I'm gonna put it under this name. I'm gonna say, this is for you for your Bali trip. That's what I'm gonna say. Use some of this money to go to Bali. That's right. You know, go somewhere. Well, go somewhere, your dream trip, wherever you want to go. Because right now, ain't nothing they can do. They'll see him in 20. Because he's not getting out the first time. He's not getting out. Yeah, so you gotta practice tough love out here. Because I'm pretty sure right now y'all tripping, right? But some of your parents ain't gonna sit up there. Y'all would have to get a y'all would have to get a public defender. Most people that's listening to me right now, y'all would have had to get a public defender out this piece. So you would have had to take a deal. Okay? The average you would have had to take a deal. And you know that's right. Y'all would have taken a deal. Especially if you know you did it. Like, damn, I got if you know you did wrong, I gotta take a deal, man. I can't. There's no way. Just Sheila, how's it going? Yeah, so I just believe in people gotta be held accountable. But this is all about his parents and what the expert said. Because the expert said he not winning this one. He damn sure not. They say he can try. But then I thought about I want to add his parents into this because his parents is not to blame here. So that's what I wanted to say on this segment. But I will be back in a few minutes to talk about something else in regarding this case and how it's going to tie into him getting another lawyer. So stay tuned. I'm going to talk to y'all later.